Hello YouTube, this is Charles Bryce here, and what do we have here? We have all kinds of interesting things. So today, what we're doing is we're looking at in the planning phase of putting these three items together into a helpful little package, because who needs air and electricity? Well, most of us do, and maybe even heat if I can figure out how to extract it from the small engine. So extract the heat out of the exhaust in a clean manner to make it usable. So that's also on the table. So anyway, with these items here, we're going to do something. Subscribe to my channel and you'll see the history of how it goes and get updates and all the other good videos that I make. Anyway, let's take a look at them again. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Anyway, on these here we got this is a Predator engine, 79cc gasoline motor, and it has a small shaft on it. It's not as big as a lawnmower shaft, so it is smaller. I'm guessing, I really don't know. I need to look in the book and see what kind of shaft it is. It's only like a, what was it? It's small. It's like a 2.5 horsepower. It's a small one. Not very much horsepower at all. Okay. 4-stroke. Okay, the alternator is 12 volts, 63 amps, max 71 at 12 volts. So I think we can easily charge batteries. It says a set point of 1445. That means there's a setting in here that I can actually set the charge to. So we're gonna have to figure that out. So I'm not sure what that means, but we gotta figure that out. Apparently you can change the setting of what you want the voltage to be set at. So I gotta read the book on that. This over here is a 2 horsepower single stage cast iron pump, which should be okay for this little gasoline engine. It should be. I don't see why it wouldn't work. This is a 3 horsepower motor. According to this number here, it says 3 horsepower, 79cc. So this is 3 horsepower. That's 2 horsepower electric. Well, we're going to see if it runs on gas. Yeah, 2-cylinder. So far everything lines up on the board, the mounting and all, but it's going to have to be a wider board. It's either going to I think it's going to have to be a 2x8, because this is a 2x6, and this puts it too close to the edge to get mounting bolts down in here. So I'm going to have to get a wider board, which I have one. That's another 1.5 inches wider, because it's an 8 and 7.5 or whatever the hell. Anyways, I got some bolts that are going to bolt it down with, and then it's going to be a little while, a week or so. I had to scare Garfield away, but yeah, that's going to be interesting. But this has a narrow pulley on it. It came with it. I bought it like that. That's all stock. Like a, what was it, a Ford? I chose a Ford on purpose because it was, you know, you can get one anywhere. Napa, Ford, alternator, Napa Power alternator, very generic for an older vehicle. It's got pulley built right on it already. And then what I found was, I know this belt is too small for this, but it's just the right size widthwise. So it's going to be 2 narrow pulleys like this one that are going to be put on this one here. And the way they all fit together is, you've got it on here. There's going to be a bar that bolts in here to here, goes across, going to have a square piece that it's welded onto or bolted onto that rises up this way and comes over and then bolts into this so I can get it tight. And this could be wishboned, and then you put a board in here, wedge it out and tighten it up, or put a spring tightener in here. Not sure. Same over here. I also have these hinges which are going to be used to tighten this up. I'm planning on putting a hinge in the boards here. These here, great big door hinges. These big door hinges, gate hinges, are huge, and they're going to be used to tighten up the belt basically. So the board is going to be cut down in here, and then this is going to be bolted into it. It's got the 4 holes in it. It's like an 1/8 of an inch thick, and it's going to be laid on here, maybe on the bottom, and then with a gap for the hinge. That's going to be bolted up into the board, so it's going to butterfly up on the left and up on the right from where the motor is. And then there's going to be a wing nutted bolt down here to tighten it up, to tighten up the belt over here or over here. And you want to quickly be able to change a belt from one to the other if you need to. So, and then it's going to be butterfly bolted to another board in the middle down below with a butterfly bolt tightening down the left or the right, depending on what it's being used for. This will have to be flexible lines coming off of it. This is funny. Oh, that's the intake. These are combined, and then they have an outtake right here. But yeah, it's going to be this narrow belt, and then I have to get two pulleys on here on the motor shaft that are narrow like this, or like this, that wide, like a motorcycle shaft. But I got to check the book, figure out what these 2 pulleys are, then I can start building the board down below to put these hinges. I got 2 of those, one for both sides, and I want to be able to quickly throw a belt on this, start it up, and have air or electric to charge up a battery. But that's what that is. I want to start this up and see if it runs. I'm sure it will. It's brand new. It is an open box, and it has good compression because it holds when you pull it. That means it's good. If you pull on a lawnmower and you don't have some kind of pull back whenever you're pulling on that means it's got bad compression. If it just like freely pulls all the way through it, it's got valving issues or ring issues. More than likely valving, or both. Well, you can listen in the oil case. If this pulls freely, you should listen in the crankcase and see if you hear it squeezing air through there. If not, you might be able to listen through the exhaust or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the board here and over here. Put these pointed up underneath so this part doesn't get in the way of the 2 boards. They're going to be laying underneath like this and like this. They're probably going to look like that underneath it. They have enough room like that. Three like that for one, and like this for the other, underneath the motor, underneath this, and then probably like that. Bolt these up into the board. I don't care which way these holes are. I'll bolt it up into the board and have this in between the two pieces where I cut it. Screw it up into the board. That way they butterfly down to whichever one is built it up. And then tighten down the wing nut over here. Yeah, it's going to be a 2x8. And then I got to get two small pulleys that are together. You screw them on. It'd be great if they were on something like this with a keyway already on it or something. I have a key. If it's keyed, that makes it even better, but it's, you bolt it in the end here with a key on it. And then you yeah, I didn't come with a pulley for an electric motor. It came with a rebuild kit though. How do you like that? It's a gasket rebuild kit. If I ever need to, there they are. It looks already built. It's already filled with oil in there and everything. It needs more. I think that's just manufacturing oil to keep it lubed inside and not rusting. Gotta add more to it wherever that's at. I think it's in here. And then I gotta get, and then another belt. I have to get a bigger belt that'll go. I don't know how big the belt. It's gonna have to be a hell of a lot bigger than this one. May get a custom belt for it. But I gotta build the board first and then figure out how long the belt's gonna be, and then get the belt that's gonna go, it's gonna come over here to it. Then bolt it down to the board, get everything aligned, and then put the belts on it, and then figure out where the holes are gonna be for these. Bolt that stuff to the board, and then belt one of them up and give it a try. That's what we're looking at. But I gotta get the pulleys and another belt. This one will work for the alternator, but I gotta find another one that's long enough for this. There you go. Hey, make sure you subscribe and see how this project goes. Probably make a video of starting this up, running it. I did want to put the compressor over here because of the exhaust blows this way, and it's only a 3-horse, so like I said, it should be able to do it. 2 horsepower, and that's only 71 amps. Yeah, there you go. Make sure you subscribe so you can see how this project goes. Bye.